Hey guys, welcome back to S2TV. I am Stewart Breeding, Master Trainer here at Studio 2, and I want to talk to you guys about something a little different today, mindset. Now, we do a lot of videos on the science of training, what makes Studio 2 so unique, and really trying to educate and help people everywhere. But I'm going to shift gears a little bit today and talk about mindset. By far, the most important component to getting in the best shape of your life, no matter where you are. If you've had injuries, you've had illness, or you just want to shift gears, the first thing that has to happen is a mindset change. You have to get your head straight. And we're talking about 5 things today that absolutely have to happen, and not necessarily in chronological order, but 5 things that really have to happen in order for you to shift gears, get out of that rut, get out of that hole that you were in, and really transform your body. The first thing that has to happen is you have to make a decision. You have to decide that you want to achieve a certain goal. It's weight loss, you want to be stronger, you want to be faster, a better athlete. It does not matter what the goal is, but you have to decide to do it. There has to be a moment where you sit down and go, I am going to do X. You have to begin with making the decision. Now, once you've made a decision, the next step is you have to accept responsibility for that decision. And responsibility means a lot of different things. It's all the different components that go with the decision. It's making sure that you're on time, that you've got all the gear that you need, that you're doing food journals or whatever that we may ask you to do for homework assignments, that you are responsible, that you're able to respond. So responsibility is something it's a central component to the mental aspect of fitness. You have to accept and own the decision that you just made for yourself. The next one is commitment. And when I'm talking about commitment, I mean 100%. Not some half-ass, I'm really going to try to do this. There is no try. In the words of Yoda, there is no try, folks. There is do or don't do. You have to commit. If you commit 100%, you will not fail. But you have to commit. You have to go all in. And I talk a lot about, I use big wave riding as a metaphor here at Studio 2. When we're pushing those anaerobic thresholds and the little voice in the back of your head is saying, quit, quit, quit. I use big wave riding as a metaphor a lot. You know, if you're going to paddle out into a big wave, you don't halfway paddle out. You have to commit 100%. Get out in that wave, and you don't kind of stand up on the board. You don't try to stand up. If you try to stand up on that board on a 50-foot wave, your ass is going to get crushed into pieces. You have to commit everything. There is no going back. There is no failure, and you are 100% in. Once we've done these things, key ingredient, you have to believe. There has to be a belief that you can actually do this. And when you try and you fail and you try and you fail and you've accepted responsibility, you're committed, all those things are there and you still aren't getting it. The one thing that's going to hold you in place, the one thing that's going to keep you going is belief. You have to believe you can do it 100%. Know inside that you can do it. Last thing I want to talk about is once all that's done, you got to be accountable. You got to be accountable to yourself. If you're saying you're working out 5 days a week at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're doing food journals, you're doing nutrition, you're logging all your stuff, then you have got to be accountable if you're not doing it. And you have to be willing to hear that accountability. Now, if you train here at Studio 2, trust me, if you say you're going to do something, if you have a goal and you say you're going to do something, trust me, Dr. Tiff and I are going to hold your feet to the fire, and we will remind you every day. We will hold that mirror up in front of you and remind you of the decision that you made, of the responsibility that you have, the commitment, the belief. You have to hold yourself accountable. And if you're working with a coach or a trainer, you have to be willing to have that coach or that trainer hold you accountable. Because if you do not, they are engaging in what we call personal training philanthropy, where they are just taking your money and blowing smoke up your ass to keep you around for one more paycheck. Their job, our job in the industry, is to hold you accountable to your actions and make sure that you are moving towards your goals. I am Stewart Breeding at Studio 2, and thanks for watching.